All right, so you're thinking about maybe working with a New Jersey government agency. That's great. We're going to take a deep dive into business registration in New Jersey.
Right.
Getting registered to do business with the state
Right.
can sometimes feel like you're navigating a maze.
Yeah.
But we've got this guide from the New Jersey Department of Treasury
Yeah. It's a great resource.
to help us out.
It is. And, it's pretty straightforward
Okay.
once you break it down.
So who exactly needs to register with the state?
Well, you might be surprised
Okay.
that it's broader than just businesses.
Yeah.
We're talking individuals working with state agencies,
Okay.
people collaborating with county offices, even people doing business with local school boards.
Wow.
Pretty much anyone who wants to provide services or goods to a government entity in New Jersey
So it's not just about
needs to be registered.
the big construction projects or something.
Right.
It's much more widespread.
Exactly. And the guide makes it really clear why this is important. Think of it like this registration is your key to unlocking opportunities with the government.
Because you can't even submit a bid or get a purchase order approved without it.
That's right.
Okay.
Most government contracts require registration as a baseline.
Makes sense.
It's all about ensuring transparency and accountability
Right.
in how the government spends taxpayer dollars.
So this registration thing
Yeah.
sounds a little intimidating, but is it at least free?
Here's the good news.
Good.
Registration is completely free.
Oh, good.
And even better, it's a one-time deal.
That's a relief.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing there's a catch.
Well, not a catch exactly, but it is vital
Okay.
to keep your contact and tax information up to date.
Oh,
Imagine winning a big contract
right.
and then having payments delayed because the agency can't get a hold of you.
Oh, talk about a missed opportunity.
Right.
So how do we register? What's the easiest way?
Thankfully, we're in the age of the internet.
Right.
You can register online at www.nj.gov's treasuryrevenuetaxred.htm.
Okay.
Just click on register for tax and employer purposes.
Gotcha.
And you're off to the races.
Now, they do mention other ways to register in the guide.
Yeah.
You can download the form. You can request it by phone or even mail in a request.
Uh-huh.
Are those methods even worth considering?
They offer those options,
Yeah.
but online registration is hands down the most efficient route.
Okay.
It minimizes errors, and it's the fastest.
Now, if I'm a corporation or an LLC,
Yeah.
is the process different?
It is corporations, LLCs.
Okay.
And similar entities have an additional step before they can register.
What's the extra hoop we have to jump through?
Before registering, these entities need to secure what's called legal authority to operate
Okay.
in New Jersey.
Okay. That sounds kind of official.
Yeah.
Break that down for me.
Essentially, it means demonstrating that your business is legitimate
Right.
and has the right to do business in the state.
Okay.
This usually involves filing a document,
Mm-hmm.
like a certificate of incorporation
Okay.
or formation with the Division of Revenue.
Gotcha.
It's all about ensuring that businesses operating in New Jersey meet certain standards.
So where do we go to figure that part out?
The website for that is www.nj.gov, treasuryrevenuefilecerts.htm.
Okay.
And if you need clarification, you can call them
Okay.
at 609-292-9292.
I'm so glad they have a phone number just in case.
Yeah.
Now, for individuals who are working with a New Jersey government agency,
Yeah,
does the process get any easier?
it does.
Okay.
They have a dedicated form for individuals, the NJREGA.
Where can we find this magical form?
You can snag it on the back of the main registration form,
Okay.
download it from the website,
Okay.
request it by phone, or even have it mailed to you.
Wow.
Again, they try to make it accessible no matter your preference.
Okay, so once you've successfully navigated the registration process,
Right?
what happens next? Do they send you some confirmation or something?
Yes, you'll receive what's called a proof of registration certificate. In the mail, this document is essential.
Okay.
It's your official confirmation that you're in the system
Right.
and ready to do business.
So this proof of registration certificate,
Yes,
we should probably talk about what's actually on it.
absolutely. It's not just a piece of paper.
Right.
It's like your business's passport to working with government entities.
Right.
It includes crucial details like your business name, trade name, if applicable,
Okay.
tax ID, which is usually your EIN,
Right.
business address, and get this, a special contractor certification number.
Contractor certification number.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that's important.
It is, and we'll dive into the specifics of what that number is all about a little later.
All right. So we got all that good stuff on there, but what about dates?
The certificate also includes the issuance date,
Okay.
which is simply the date the certificate was created,
Right.
and the effective date.
Okay. So what's the difference between the issuance date and the effective date?
Think of the issuance date as the certificate's birthday, and the effective date as the day it officially becomes valid,
Okay.
allowing you to start doing business with the state.
So those dates might not always be the same.
Not necessarily, and that's why it's important to pay attention to both.
Got it. So we've covered the who, the why, and the how of getting registered.
Right.
But what about the actual certificate itself?
Yeah.
Why is it so important, and what should people do with it once they get it?
That's a great question, and that's exactly what we're going to unpack next.
So we were just talking about this proof of registration certificate.
Right.
And how it's like your business's golden ticket.
Yeah, it really is.
When it comes to working with New Jersey government agencies.
Proof that you've done your due diligence,
Right.
met the requirements, and are ready to do business.
But like, what do I actually do with it once I have it?
Right.
Frame it.
Well, maybe not frame it,
Okay.
but you'll need to provide a copy of it when you're bidding on contracts,
Okay.
submitting invoices, or anytime you're working with an agency.
So keep it in a safe place. Make copies.
Uh-huh.
Got it. But how do I even get the certificate
Ah, that's a good point.
if I'm registering for the first time?
When you're filling out the registration form,
Yeah.
there's a question about whether you're a contractor or subcontractor.
Right.
Make sure you answer yes to that question.
Okay.
And the system will automatically send you the certificate.
Oh, so that's how you get it.
Yeah,
Is that question in the same place?
it might vary,
On the online form and the paper form?
depending on which version you're using.
Okay.
On the online form, it's item 17, but on the paper form,
Gotcha.
it's item 18.
Okay. A small detail, but
Small detail, but an important one.
important.
Yeah.
So what if you've been registered for a while
Hmm.
and you need a new copy of the certificate?
They've got you covered. You can call the Division of Revenue,
Okay.
select option 3, and they'll mail you a new copy.
All right.
Just be aware it can take 7 to 10 business days.
Or you can swing by the Client Registration Bureau
Right.
and pick one up in person.
Having those options is definitely helpful.
Yeah, that's great.
Now let's go back to that contractor certification number.
Yeah. What's the deal with that?
It's official,
Okay.
and it plays a big role in government contracting.
How so?
That number is a unique identifier
Okay.
assigned to businesses that have been certified by the state
Yeah.
as eligible to bid on certain types of contracts.
So it's like an extra level of verification
Exactly.
on top of just being registered.
And to be clear, not all businesses will have this number.
Okay.
It's only for those that have gone through a separate certification process.
Okay, so it's not something everyone automatically gets.
Right.
Why is it so important for those who do have it?
Think of it this way. When an agency is putting out a bid for a project,
Ah,
they might specify that only certified contractors
Right.
are eligible to apply.
so having that certification number
Right.
opens doors to contracts
Yeah.
that wouldn't be available otherwise.
Exactly. It's like having a VIP pass
Oh, wow.
to some of the bigger projects the state is working on.
We talked about how having the certificate is essential
Yeah.
for anyone who wants to work with a New Jersey government agency.
Uh,
But some people might still be wondering why they should even bother.
that's a fair question.
Right.
Navigating government bureaucracy isn't exactly everyone's idea of a good time.
It can seem a little overwhelming,
Yeah.
especially if you're just starting out.
But here's the thing. Partnering with government agencies
Okay.
can unlock incredible opportunities
Like what?
that you just wouldn't find in the private sector.
Okay.
Access to large-scale projects,
Uh-huh.
a level of stability and predictability in income,
Yep.
and even the chance to make a real impact on your community.
When you say large-scale projects, what kinds of things are we talking about?
Infrastructure development, building schools and hospitals, even providing goods and services for entire municipalities.
Okay.
These are projects that can have a significant impact on a community and often come with sizable budgets.
Those sound like
Yeah.
pretty significant opportunities,
Absolutely.
especially for businesses that might not be able to land those kinds of contracts
Right.
in the private sector.
And the scale of these projects
Yeah.
often leads to longer term contracts,
Right.
which can be a real game changer for a business.
It's not just about a one-time gig.
Right.
It's about building a stable foundation
Exactly.
for your business.
Uh-huh.
And you mentioned predictability in income.
Mhm.
Can you elaborate on that?
Of course, unlike the private sector,
Okay.
which can be quite volatile,
Right.
government contracts often come with multi-year agreements
Okay.
and consistent payment schedules.
So that steady stream of income
Yes.
can really help businesses plan for the future,
Absolutely.
make investments,
Ah.
and potentially even create new jobs.
Exactly. And those benefits ripple out into the community creating a positive economic impact.
So to sum it up, while going through the registration process might seem like an extra hurdle, the potential rewards are substantial.
They are?
Access to large-scale projects, stability and predictability, and the chance to contribute to your community's growth.
And let's not forget the sense of pride that comes with knowing you're playing a role in building a better future.
Okay, I'm sold.
Right.
But how do you actually find these government contracts?
I wish it were that easy.
Right.
But New Jersey has made it relatively straightforward to find available opportunities.
Okay.
The state has a fantastic online resource called the New Jersey Business Portal.
Okay, so the New Jersey Business Portal.
Yeah.
Is that where all the government contract magic happens?
It's a great place to start.
Okay.
Think of it as a one-stop shop. They have a whole section dedicated to public notices and bids where government agencies post all their upcoming contracts.
So everything from construction projects to supplying office supplies.
Exactly. And each listing is super detailed. You'll find the project specifications, bidding deadlines, instructions on how to submit proposals.
Wow.
Even contact information for the agency.
That's awesome. But I can imagine it's still a lot of information to sift through.
Right.
Is there any way to make that process easier?
Absolutely.
Okay.
The portal has this handy email notification system.
Okay.
You can set it up to alert you.
Oh, wow.
Whenever new opportunities are posted.
So you don't have to constantly check the website.
Right.
And worry about missing something.
Exactly. It's a huge time saver.
Yeah, that's a huge help.
It is, but don't limit yourself to just the portal.
Okay.
It's also a good idea to check the websites of individual agencies.
Oh, good point.
You might be interested in.
Yeah, because they might have
even more
specific information or opportunities.
Exactly. Many agencies have their own dedicated procurement sections where they list current and upcoming contracts.
Okay, so let's say you've done your research, found a contract.
Yeah.
That seems like a perfect fit. What happens next?
This is where understanding the bidding process becomes crucial.
Yeah.
Each contract will have its own requirements and guidelines.
So reading the fine print is essential.
It really is. Pay close attention to the details.
Right.
Follow the instructions.
Okay.
And make sure you submit everything on time.
It would be a shame to put all that work into a proposal.
Right.
And get disqualified.
Absolutely.
Because you missed a deadline or something.
And don't be afraid to reach out to the agency if you have any questions.
So it's all about being thorough, organized, and a bit persistent. Landing government contracts can be competitive.
It can.
But it's definitely achievable.
Absolutely. And remember, this isn't just about securing a single project.
Okay.
Building relationships with government agencies can lead to long-term partnerships.
So it's about demonstrating your expertise.
Right.
Consistently delivering quality work. And building trust.
Those are the foundations for success.
Yeah.
In any industry.
Absolutely.
But especially government contracting.
Now, what about the political side of things? How do you navigate that when working with government agencies?
Yeah. Government contracts can sometimes feel a bit intertwined with politics.
Right.
Here's the key. Professionalism is paramount.
Okay.
Regardless of your personal views, it's essential to approach this from a neutral standpoint.
Okay.
Focus on showcasing your capabilities.
Right.
Meeting deadlines and delivering on your promises.
Let your work speak for itself.
Exactly.
It's about building relationships based on mutual respect.
Right.
And getting the job done.
Government agencies are made up of people.
Yeah.
Just like any other organization.
Of course.
They're looking for reliable partners who can help them solve problems.
So focus on being that reliable partner.
Right.
And the rest will fall into place.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've talked about registration bidding and even the political landscape.
We have.
There's one more crucial piece.
Yes.
That we haven't talked about yet. Compliance.
Ah, yes. Compliance.
Yeah.
Not always the most exciting topic.
Right.
But it is absolutely essential.
Because we're talking about taxpayer dollars.
Exactly. So there are strict regulations and ethical guidelines in place to ensure that everything is done above board.
Okay.
We're talking about everything from avoiding conflicts of interest to maintaining accurate financial records.
Where can people go to learn more about these compliance requirements?
The New Jersey Department of Treasury has a ton of resources available on their website.
Do they have anything?
They break down all the rules.
For staying organized and keeping track of all those details.
They even offer training programs and workshops to help businesses stay up to date.
Those sound like a great investment, especially if you're serious about this.
Remember, compliance isn't just about avoiding penalties.
Right.
It's about building trust and credibility.
It's about demonstrating that you operate with integrity.
Exactly.
All right, so we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
From the nitty-gritty of registration to the importance of compliance. We've pretty much explored every aspect of working with New Jersey government agencies.
It's been quite a journey.
It has.
And I think we've successfully debunked the myth.
I think so.
That government contracting is only for giant corporations.
Yeah, there are opportunities out there.
Right.
For businesses of all sizes, even individuals.
Absolutely.
So the key takeaways, be informed, be prepared, and be persistent.
Yes.
Don't let the process intimidate you. Embrace it.
And remember that there are a ton of resources available to support you.
That's a good point.
Every step of the way.
Well, we've covered a ton of ground today in this deep dive. Into the world of doing business with New Jersey government agencies. Absolutely.
So as we wrap up, imagine the possibilities. Landing a government contract can be a game changer.
Absolutely.
For your business, providing stability growth and the chance to make a difference.
And a chance to make a difference.
In your community.
Yeah.
So do your research, get registered, and see what opportunities await.
Good advice.